12 huge Coronation Street spoilers you can't miss. David's world unravels as danger looms once again, pushing him to the brink while Daisy's tangled web of lies threatens to unravel. Tensions come to a head when a shocking hit and run leaves both characters reeling, forcing them to confront the consequences of their actions. At the same time, Carla is gripped by fear as unsettling signs suggest that Rob may have resurfaced. With old wounds reopening and unanswered questions lingering, she braces herself for what could be a devastating revelation. 1. Max is sentenced. On the day of Max's sentencing, David is running late and rushes to court to support his son. Max is relieved when David finally arrives, and with Shona and Lauren also present, nervously awaits the judge to reveal his fate. 2. Daisy and Jenny clash. Jenny lashes out at Daisy, blaming her for the fact that she's about to lose the pub. Daisy reminds Jenny that it was her idea to lie to Daniel about the pregnancy, so that they could use his money to bail themselves out. Later, Jenny drowns her sorrows and drunkenly makes a pass at Kit. 3. David receives another threat. David is horrified when Andy explains that Harvey wants him dead for his life insurance. Later, David tries to mask his fears as Shona assures him that they'll find a way to get out of their current predicament. Nick and Sarah arrange to meet David at the pub but are concerned to find him downing vodka at lunchtime. 4. Daisy is confronted by Daniel. Jenny confesses to Daisy that she made a fool of herself by coming on to Kit the previous evening. However, Jenny's news is the least of Daisy's worries, as Kit pulls Daniel aside and tells him to ask Daisy for proof of the baby's paternity. Daisy reels when Daniel demands she swear on the baby's life that he's the father. 5. David and Daisy are victims of a hit and run. Shona arrives to witness a car hurtling towards David. Daisy crosses his path and the car hits both of them. Having heard the crash, Nick, Sarah, Daniel, Jenny and Kit rush out of the pub to find David and Daisy seriously injured. Jenny and Daniel rush to Daisy's side, worried for her and the baby. Shona tends to David's injuries, but he is losing blood rapidly. 6. David and Daisy are rushed to hospital. David and Daisy are taken to hospital, as their families anxiously await news on their conditions. Meanwhile, Kit starts asking questions about the crash. Who is responsible? 7. Carla fears that Rob is back. Carla insists on returning to work after her recent ordeal with Rob. When Betsy fills Carla in on a news report on the radio about a potential sighting of Rob in Brighton, Carla hopes that he'll be caught soon. However, Carla is given fresh cause for concern when she returns home to find the door open, and evidence that someone has been in the flat. 8. Kevin struggles to hide his suspicions. After some recent tension, Sally decides to play peacemaker by inviting Kevin, Abby, Debbie and Ronnie to dinner so they can smooth things over. The dinner takes a turn for the worse when Kevin mistakenly believes Ronnie is flirting with Abby again, and his temper rises. 3 years on, Sophie reflected upon the decision to date her co-star in her column with Yahoo Lifestyle, writing, "We decided to give the relationship a go. And thank goodness we did. We have a few years under our belt, a fur baby, many crazy holiday stories, and have moved across the world," she added. 10. Cassie deals with the fallout of her scam. Ken is concerned to hear that Fizz and Tyrone have thrown Cassie out. The news prompts Ken to reveal to Tracy that he won't be pressing charges against Cassie. Tracy seethes over his decision, but Ken argues that Cassie has already lost everything. Meanwhile, Hope convinces Tyrone to meet Cassie for a drink. 11. Aaliyah and Yasmin reconsider their futures. Aaliyah feels uneasy when Fabians tell her to take on a coercive control case and decides to quit her job as a result. However, she receives a shock when she's billed for the training she has received, and decides to ask Adam for her old job back. Meanwhile, Yasmin reveals to Aaliyah that she's been offered a job working for a charity in London, but it would mean selling her shares in Speed Doll. 12. Dylan adjusts to life in the STC. Dylan is warned by fellow inmate Brody that if he wants to avoid becoming a target, he needs to end his friendship with Daniel. Later, Brody insists Dylan stop feeling sorry for himself and get a job with him sorting parcels.
Quý vị và các bạn vừa xem xong một sản phẩm của Streetspoilers. Hẹn gặp quý vị và các bạn ở các tập tiếp theo.